Welcome to another episode of Behind the Picture with your friendly neighborhood host. It is me, I am Cardi, and today we are going to talk a little bit about a question that I get asked so often, which is photography school worth it? Is photography school worth it? That's a good question. Really, it's a good question. We got lots of reasons to say yes, it's worth it. We got lots of reasons to say, nah, man, it's not worth it. So we're gonna get into it. Whether photography school is something that you want to take, excuse me, it really depends on your individual goals, your circumstances, and your learning preferences. We're going to get into some factors to consider when to decide if photography school is right for you. And I'm going to start by talking about my story. First of all, I did, in fact, go to photography school. I went to photography school. Let's start it really right from the beginning. I started photography when I was 14. I went to a high school that had photography as a course, as a class from grade 10. So grade 10, 11, 12, and in Canada we have OAC, which is Ontario Academic Credit. So it's the equivalent of grade 13.
Gifted member.
Let's go, Oki, again with 5 gifted members. You absolute savage. Appreciate you, Oki. Thank you so goddamn much. I appreciate you for the gifted.
New member.
Everybody who's in chat, thank you. Mitch, welcome. Stephen C, welcome. Timo, welcome. My guy Ray, Kadima, Kora, Tony,
New member.
Oki, and Vicky. Chanel, welcome. Everybody who's here live, welcome. You would get a personal hello if you were here live in chat. If you're watching after the fact, thank you.
New member.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I went to photography school. As I was saying, I started from age 14. I had a high school that had photography. So while I was in photography school from age 15, I learned developing, shooting black and white, processing film, literally processing film. When I was 15, I saw the picture appear in the developer for the first time. I was in photography class when I saw that. That hooked me on photography. In photography school, I also learned the history of photography. So that was something that was, and again, I'm talking still high school. My high school class gave me so much photography. And my professor, Catherine Yamashita, also went to the photography school that I went to. She recommended that I go there. She said to me when I was about 17, you should be a photographer. You really have talent. So I geared my whole life to becoming a photographer, including going to photography school. So, of course, we're talking about that today. I also took a year off between high school and university, and I worked in camera stores. I wasn't comfortable enough with other cameras that weren't mine, so I really needed to mess around with cameras. So I started working at a camera store here in Canada, and when I didn't have customers, that's all I did all day was play with cameras. I became a manager of that camera store really quickly, and it could have been easy for me to actually work retail, but thank God I stayed the course and quit. I actually quit to work at another store that had even better cameras, because the camera store that I was working at was kind of like prosumer. I worked at a store that was like a pro store, and then I got to play with Hasselblads. I was working at a store that I used to get to play with this camera every day, and I have a 1991 anniversary edition Hasselblad. This is the 50th year of Hasselblad. 1991, I was 21 years old. I bought this when I was in first year photography school, and I've had it ever since. I've shot Pharrell and so many, Tom York from Radiohead, Phil Collins, Oscar Peterson, Roger Moore, so many big celebrities with that camera. So photography school. Now imagine I felt at that time, and you have to understand, when I went to photography school, there was no internet. I went to photography school in 1990. So there was no internet. There was no other way to learn photography except for photography school. That was the only way. So I went to photography school. I was taught by the same professors who've taught Walter Chin. Walter Chin shoots for Vogue. I've actually shot for Vogue, which is mental. And I got a structured education. Let's talk a little bit about the pros of photography school. Like, there's pros and cons. I want to get into the pros first of photography school. So, what are the pros? The first pro, if your dream is to become a professional photographer, I'm going to put career advancement. That's the first pro. Oops. Pro.
New member.
Let's go. Welcome. So glad you're a new member. Thank you, Advocate. I appreciate you. Photo school. Photo school pros. Career advance. Oops. Career advancement. So that's the first advantage. If your dream is to become a professional photographer in a specialized field like fashion or photojournalism or commercial photography, photography school can provide specialized training and a launch pad for your career. These programs that you take in photography school often offer industry-specific courses. There's mentorship opportunities. I take lots of photography school students on 1 week long mentorships, and many of them go on to become professional photographers. And you get connections that can be instrumental later in your career. Now, I'm also going to tell you this story. Oh, before I get into that, let's get into the next one. That's career advancement. That's the first, we'll call that pro. Number two, and the second advantage, is structured learning. Now, I touched a little bit about that a second ago. Structured learning. Some people do better with structured learning. Some of us thrive in a structured learning environment, and photography school offers exactly that. Hands-on training, assignments, and critiques, valuable feedback from instructors. Essentially, what I'm giving you here right now is photography school on YouTube. I'm doing it the exact same way that I was taught. I'm just secretly delivering it to you in YouTube videos and podcasts, but I'm giving you photography school. That's what I'm doing right here. So, structured learning. It's an excellent option for those who prefer a classroom setting when they're learning. This structure ensures that you learn the fundamentals, and it's structured in such a way that you learn them step by step. Like, you learn the first thing that you should learn, then the next thing, then the next thing, then the next thing. Okay, so structured learning is number two. Okay, and number three is technical expertise. I have to tell you, I thought that I knew technical stuff when I went into photography school. But I have to tell you, on the first day of photo technology class, I realized I didn't have a clue. I didn't know anything about the technical aspects of photography. Photography school can equip you with in-depth knowledge of not only camera operations, but lighting techniques, post-processing, and so many more fundamentals. You have photo studio class. Crucial skills for anyone who wants to master the art of photography. You'll gain a deep understanding of the science behind photography, which is a huge part of what I learned in photo technology, and how to use different equipment. I started using hot lights, used direct light, continuous light first, and then graduated into using strobes. So technical expertise is a huge thing in photography school. I learned how to be as technically proficient as I am now in photography school. All right, so another opportunity. Oh my God, there's so many. We got 5, so let's get into number 4. Number 4 is networking. I got to tell you, the thing that I really learned in school is how to battle my social anxiety. The networking opportunities that happened in photography school, oh my God. It was, I met so many people. I literally went to Ottawa to meet Yosef Karsh. I'll say again, I went to Ottawa to meet Yosef Karsh. And Yosef Karsh, like my class, not the whole class, but 10 of us rented a van and drove to Ottawa to meet Karsh and heard him tell the story of pulling the cigar out of Winston Churchill's mouth. Like, the networking and the collective of the friends that you meet in photography school. We also went to New York City. We went to Rochester Institute of Technology, which is another school, and we learned that Annie Leibovitz was there. So we went there and listened to Annie Leibovitz speak. So that was the first of 2 times that I've met Annie Leibovitz in my life. She's not very nice, in case you're wondering. Next, the networking opportunities. Again, the friends that you meet in in a photography school, they're your friends for life, and it's pretty amazing the networking opportunities that happen there. Okay, let's get into the last pro. The last pro of photography school is portfolio development. Oops, I can't spell today. Portfolio development. Oops, I can't spell, I said. There you go. Portfolio development is a huge aspect of being in photography school. Building a strong portfolio is the key to landing photography jobs or freelance clients for that matter. Many photography programs focus on helping students create compelling portfolios that stand out in competitive industry. Got to tell you, the technical work that comes out of photography schools, like today, the work that I see coming out of Centennial, Humber, Sheridan, so many other schools here in my country, in my area, are pretty amazing. In addition to technical skills, you learn how to curate and present your work, which is really important. I learned how to develop a portfolio like before photography school because I had to apply to photography school. So I learned how to develop a portfolio when I was 18 of my photographs. You guys remember the story of like my very first portfolio when I was like 17 years old. Like, you learn how to develop a portfolio through photography school. So that's the pros of photography school. But I'm sure you want to know, what are the cons? What are the cons of photo school? The cons of photo school. I'm just making my beautiful notes here. All right. So the cons of photography school. There's some big ones. Big cons to photography school. The number one con. The number one is the cost. The cost factor is literally ridiculous. The price tag for attending photography school in 2023 is astronomical. It's insane. I mean, if you're going to like a university, if you're going to Brooks Institute of Photography, if you're going to Rochester Institute of Technology, if you're going to Toronto Metropolitan University, it's pricey. Colleges are less expensive, but the university course level that I took, it's expensive. And back when I was in school in 1991, it was roughly $10,000 a year. So you can imagine what it is now. And I also had to pay for film and processing. So not to mention camera equipment, software. Camera equipment and software you need either way, whether you learn photography on your own or whether you go to photography school. You have to weigh the costs against the potential income and job opportunities after you graduate, if you graduate. It's essential to calculate the return of investment and determine if the upfront expenses align with your long-term goals. So the cost is like the number one factor that stops people from going to photography school. And I'm going to get into like my experience with photography school, how it started and how it ended. Number two, self-learning. Self-learning. I wish I could write faster with this thing. Self-learning. Now, thanks to the internet, we can learn photography independently. There's countless online resources like the one that you're watching right now. There's books, there's tutorials, there's photography communities that can help you develop your skills without enrolling in a formal program. Self-learning allows you to progress at your own pace. You can explore niche areas, and you can choose the type of photography resources that match your specific photography interests. So self-learning is what you are all doing right now by watching this channel. Number 3 is alternative education. Pretend that says alternative. Alternative education. Some successful photographers have taken alternative paths, such as taking workshops. I've taught workshops to photographers, and they've gone on to become photographers after 16 hours, 2 8-hour days with me. Mentorship. You guys know I have a mentorship program. So mentorship from a professional is a huge way. It's just as an alternative education for your photography. Also, assisting experienced photographers. When I started photography, you went to photography school, or you assisted, or you did both. That was all there was. Obviously, these options are more cost effective, and you can tailor them to your specific needs. And specifically mentorship in particular, it provides personalized guidance and insights that not even formal education can offer. Like mentorship or taking a mentorship program, it's literally like one-on-one instruction, and you don't even I didn't get that in photography school. So alternative education ideas. Next is your personal goals. Your personal goals. Your personal goals in photography are what guide this decision. Do you want to make a career of this photography thing, or is it more of a passionate hobby? Your level of commitment will influence the importance of whether you do formal education or whether you self-learn. For those that see photography as a lifelong passion, self-learning and alternative paths are likely probably for you. And the last con to photography school is location. Location matters when it comes to photography school. Consider your geographic location. In some areas, photography schools offer amazing advantages, while others, self-learning might be practical. There might not be a photography school anywhere near you. Location affects the availability of photography school, and also assisting opportunities, mentorship opportunities in person, and the photography market itself. So make sure that your current market aligns with your photography goals if you're trying to actually make a living at photography. All right. So next, my thoughts on photography school. I'm going to give you some inside edition of at my photography school. I want you to think about this ratio of how many people applied. How many people applied to my photography school in 1990? And again, this, you note how far away how long ago that was. How many people applied to my photography school in 1990? 1,500 people applied to my photography school. How many people in my year, how many people got in to the program that applied? This shows you how, number one, how elite photography school is, but also the other thing I'm going to tell you. Of the 1,500 people, how many got in? 75. 75 students got in. Of the 75 students, how many do you think, and I'm going to ask you to put guesses, of the 75 students that got into photography school, how many do you think ended up going on to be working photographers? What do you think that number is? I want you to guess in your head. If you're watching it live, put it in chat. Show me in chat how many people out of 75 from my year ended up being working photographers. Like, what do you think the ratio is? Let's hear some numbers. Let's see. Let's see some guesses here. Let's see some guesses. Some of the guesses are 15. Advocate says 10%. 25 says Stephen C. Julia says 2. James says 2 or 3. Vicky says 10%. So the actual number of how many photographers, let's go, Linda, glad you're here. How many photographers are actually working from my year? The answer is 3. So if you are one of the ones that said 2 or 3, that's the answer. That's the answer. So the percentage from 1,500 that wanted to get in to the 75 that got in, 3 are working photographers. Guess what? I'm one of those 3. There's 2 others. Guess of the 3, how many graduated of those 3? Like, I mean, that are working photographers. That answer is 1. 1 photographer graduated. And me and Bryce Duffy did not. So 1,500 apply, 75 get in. Of the working, lots more than just 1 graduated from that class. Like, imagine of this class, we'll say 50 graduated, but of that 50, 1 is a photographer. Crazy. So that tells you photography school doesn't guarantee shit. Whether you feel the need to go to photography school or not, it ultimately hinges on your specific circumstances and objectives. Understand that my ambition to be a photographer, there was nothing in the universe that was going to stop me from being a photographer. The other people who were in the class, they did not have the same ambition as the 3 that are actually working. So that's number 1. Ambition really made a huge difference to whether you worked or not, whether you became a pro or not. It had everything to do with setting ambitious goals. So it's important, if you do choose to go to photography school, know that it's important to research the programs, talk to current students, talk to professors, look at the curriculum, make sure that it aligns with your needs, and know that photography school there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee in life. There's definitely not a guarantee going to photography school. So if you decide to go the self-learning route, remember, there's a world of resources at your fingertips. A world of resources. Literally, there's no shortage. YouTube in 2023 is one of the best resources for photography education. You get to see photographers process. But there's also a lot of, like, I would call them YouTubers that use photography as their niche, but they're not necessarily photographers. There's a big difference between Scott Cicchino and myself, and say, Northern Borders and some of these other creators that have huge influence, but they're more YouTubers. You know, they make fun videos, they got great personalities, and they make a majority of their money from YouTube, not commercial photography. So thinking about making a video on just that, how to tell the difference between a working pro that has a YouTube channel and somebody who is a YouTuber that is using photography as their niche. All right. So, as we kind of get into the end of these thoughts, remember, photography is a dynamic journey. There's no one size fits all answer. It's about your passion, your ambition, and your goals. It's your absolute unique path. And whether you're shooting photos on the most expensive camera, the R5, or if you're shooting with the only camera that you can afford and it's from 10 years ago, it doesn't matter. Our cameras are just tools. Your ambition for becoming a photographer is the reason that you're here. It's the reason that you're watching this content. A professor once said to me when I was trying to decide if quitting photography school was the right decision, because I'll also tell you, I quit photography school after a year and a half. My parents got divorced. I had to quit photography school. I had to move into my house, and I had to get a studio and start working. Circumstance made it so, and I also could not afford to pay for school still. It was insane. So rather than me going into 4 years of debt by being in school for 4 years at $10,000 a year, I was in school for a year and a half. I got a grant. I had basically no school debt, and I started my photography career after a year and a half. And many of the people who actually went to school didn't really make it. So that's my thoughts on photography school. I'm interested in your thoughts, by the way. Everybody who's been watching this program, I want to thank you. My channel has experienced an incredible blow up over the last little while. For anybody who's been watching me for a while, I've gained like 9,000 subscribers in the last 28 days. So it's pretty insane. If you're new here, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm actually confused. No lie. It's me that's confused, but I'm just trying to bring good vibes to you all. And I'm trying to help the next generation of photographers. You know, I'm 53. I am gonna shoot until the day I die, but I'm not always gonna be the cool guy. So I have to help mentor the next generation of cool guys and girls. So you guys can dominate this industry. You can make all that money, and you can create work that is at a level that you never expected to reach. That's my only goal, is to just nudge you. If you're watching on your phone, I hope you're using it for chat as well. I definitely look pretty good on a big screen. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. I'm very, very interested in hearing a lot more about your thoughts on photography school versus self-learning. If you do have some resources for self-learning, what are those resources? Are you actually getting better by using the resources that you're using? Have you ever done mentorship? By the way, you guys know I have a mentorship program, and this mentorship program has been actually, I don't even talk about it anymore. I actually decided to stop talking about it. Like I rarely talk about it, but it seems that almost every day a new photographer signs up for my mentorship program. I want to show you some of the marketing that I used. Look at this billboard space that I took out. Look at this tweet from Peter McKinnon. That's pretty crazy, yeah? That's pretty crazy. Anyways, so this is the page for my mentorship program. some clips from some of my mentors and some of the testimonials, some before and after on photography, people before my mentorship program, people after, Josh, Devanshu. Yeah, so basically, mentorship. Um, yeah, so Vicky says that she took my mentorship. She used YouTube and lots of trial and error and practice for sure. Julie, when she lived in Toronto, Julie was my second assistant. Julie's retouched so much of my work. Julie's photography is incredible. Right now, she's in war-torn Ukraine, so sending Julie some good vibes. I'm hoping that you'll be able to go back to photography sooner rather than later, Julie. Literally, we definitely miss your photographs. Guys, I missed some live reviews last week. I missed some photo reviews live. By the way, if you don't know, I do photo reviews live once a week. And sometimes I look at the folder to see if there's photos there. And once I do that, it marks them as read. And then the next time I open Discord, it just shows me that line and everything that's new below it. So I missed I missed a whole bunch. I missed Timu, I missed Vicky, I missed like a whole bunch of people's submissions. So what I'm going to do is in a few moments, I'm going to end this episode of Behind the Picture. But for those that want to continue watching me, in a few minutes, there's going to be another secret surprise Ask a Photo Pro photo review only stream where I look at your photos. Guys, somehow, you see up there, we have a goal. My goal is to get to 100 members, okay? I would like to just take a moment to thank Oki, because Oki, who is in chat, Oki has single-handedly been responsible for paying for 25 of you to have free memberships. I'm going to say that again. One of my viewers, one, has paid for a third of you to have memberships. One viewer. So if you're on here and you're in chat and you're noticing that you have a free membership, it's because of Oki. Vicky has also gifted memberships. That's my original hardcore viewers who've seen this rise of this channel on YouTube, giving other viewers the opportunity to be able to submit their photos, to be able to join their YouTube to Discord and be able to have their photos reviewed. So for everybody, if I've missed you and you've donated a gifted member to this channel and I've missed it, thank you. Understand that my goal is to have this entire channel powered by members. I know YouTube is free, but I don't want to have tons of ads on my content. You notice my live streams, I do commercial free. I have no commercials in my live streams because I feel like it stops the flow of the content. So if you watch me live, if you're watching after the fact and getting commercials, for the people who watch me live, you get no commercials. You get this content commercial free. So I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Are you guys still with me, by the way? Dude, you guys are way too old to be thinking about photography school. Seriously, you guys are way too old for that. Oh my God. I'm glad you're here though. Seriously. Glad you guys are here. If photography school isn't something that you're thinking about, understand that the community, this community that we're building, my Discord has absolutely exploded. My Discord has exploded. If you're not on my Discord, it's not just the photo reviews. You have to understand the community, the people who are here in chat that also are in my Discord, like, let's go. This is my actual brother, by the way, in case you guys are new and you don't know. Opal Customs, that's Les Carty. This is my biggest inspiration. This is my shield, my protector. The reason that I'm here still is because I have an older brother that made sure I didn't die. That guy, Opal Customs. His name is Leslie. He's an incredibly talented painter. The reason that I'm a photographer is because Les is a painter and I couldn't paint. And I needed a way to express myself creatively, and I found photography. So that's my brother. So be good to him. He is an incredible supporter of this channel. Understand, he's my older brother. I'm 53. My older brother is 8 years older than me. So Les turned 61 this year, and he watches everything that I do. He submits photos. He's an incredible artist. He's an incredible car painter. He paints people's most prized possessions, classic cars, and he shares some of the progress on the cars that he's working on, as well as the photography that he does to support his paintings. He makes the photographs and then he paints his photographs with an incredible airbrush technique. I'll probably do like a whole episode on my brother at some point. For those of you who've been watching me for a while, know that family is everything. And I gotta say, like, the way that this Opal Customs character supports me, and the way that I support him, the way that we look after each other, it's artful. And I love you, my guy. So, by the way, if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. You know, all my podcasts are different. I do Behind the Picture every Sunday on the nose at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I do Ask a Photo Pro Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Ask a Photo Pro, those podcasts, the live chat, everybody can watch, but the live chat is members only. It encourages you to become a member. And also, I heavily engage with my viewers, and I also review photos, review websites, look at raw files. It's all about giving back and like interacting. So if you watch Ask a Photo Pro, I try to do both present amazing content and amazing information that's going to help you, but also you'll see if you're live. What's up, Andrew? I'm glad you're here. If you're live, I actually get to talk to you. So you talk to a creator, which is, how many photography channels do you actually get to talk to the person who runs the channel? How many people who's made videos that you've watched do you actually get to talk to that person who made that video? You just get to hang out. Like, to me, that's amazing. Glad you're here, Red Ran. Let's go. Yeah, so yeah, man. So so my guy, I appreciate oh, by the way, if you're a member, you guys I made so many progresses. This is the last stuff that we're going to talk about before we wrap up this episode. First of all, if you're a member, you will notice that you have more emotes than you've ever seen. You had 4 emotes. I added 8 more. So let's see those emotes crack up there. Let's see some emotes up on the screen. I want to see your Cardi Crew emotes. That's the first thing that I want you guys to blast. And if you're a member and you didn't know that you have all kinds of emotes that are specific to my channel, by the way, those emotes, this is going to break your brain. Those emotes you can also use in the comments. So if you make comments anywhere on YouTube, you can use my emotes. You can use that sick, you can use good vibes, you can use like all my emotes, you can use them in comments as was in chat. The other thing that I did was I completely redesigned my 2 merch stores, and I'm so happy with what my merch looks like. Let's go, guys. I love seeing those emotes. I'm so happy with what this store looks like. If you haven't bought something from my merch store yet, again, by the way, no pressure. It's just what I've shifted this store into is it's crew merch. And I want to show you what I mean. Meaning, if you're a photographer, or if you're a makeup and hair, or hair and makeup, or if you're a DOP, or if you're a second camera, or if you're a stylist, or just crew, or if you're an assistant, if you're the creative director, if you're the art director, the director, if you're like me, you're a content creator, or you're an editor specifically, this, or you're a creative, this is the new merch store. I put so much effort into my merch store. I rarely show it and push it. I show the hats right here on my desk. The quality of this stuff is bananas. I don't know if you noticed, but this is all that I wear. And also, I sell my gear for as cheap as I can. It's like 25 bucks for a t-shirt. Ships worldwide. So this is crew merch. There's tons and tons and tons of stuff. I put a lot of effort into making this really cool. And someone asked me, hey, the 3 A's, attitude, actions, ambition, attitude, and actions, that's a great thing for a t-shirt. So what I did, because someone suggested that's a great idea for a t-shirt, I put the 3 A's on the back of a t-shirt: ambition, action, and attitude. And because I also talk about the 3 D's, and the 3 D's is, oops, I clicked the wrong one. The 3 D's is determination, discipline, and dedication. We also have that on the back of an IT. So yeah, I'm trying to listen to what you guys want, as well as trying to inspire you. Some of my prints are too bold. Like, I love this super bold print, but because it's too bold for some people, I decided to do a whole collection of a little bit more understated. So I hope you guys like it. Know that I designed this apparel for you. Also, if you're a photographer and you have an assistant and you want them to look pro, like, that's the whole idea, is like you have them wearing an assistant shirt. I have all my assistants, I'm sure you've seen my social media, wearing Cardi Crew t-shirts. Everybody wears Cardi Crew if you're working for me while you're on set. So again, the links for all my merch stores are in the description of absolutely every video, as well as on my about page. I everything that had never sold is gone. All my white hood, like, again, I'm trying to really develop a body of merch that you guys are super interested in and want to wear it. And here's my last little offer. The first person that buys merch and puts a picture of them wearing one of my new t-shirts, the first person who posts a picture gets a very special gift that I'm literally going to mail to your door. All I need to see is a photo of you wearing this in the merch folder on the Discord. I'll DM you, I'll get your address, and I'm going to send you a very, very special gift. Guys, know that I'm here for you. I'm here for this community. That's the whole reason that I do this channel. It's a selfless thing. I'm not really trying to Julie, stay safe, girl, please, if you have to dip. Oh my god, like, Julie says, my current 2-bedroom apartment in Kiev downtown cost her 3 Cardi hoodies. The only good thing is about the rental prices, meaning she's saying she's paying $150 rent, where in Toronto she was paying like 600, like, or whatever. I make images. You'll see in my Discord a very special folder that says merch. Merch Love, I think it's called. So yeah, that's where you drop all your merch picks. You'll see Vicky. Vicky buys so much stuff. Vicky has so many items. Vicky shows tons of stuff. Warbucks shows tons of stuff. Warbucks has tons of items. Yeah, Ray Harapal, by the way, Ray's in chat. Say hi, Ray. Ray is also my apprentice. I've been working with Ray for like a month. Ray helped me shoot that video that got over 180,000 views, which is amazing. Ray, let's go. Glad you're here, buddy. Make sure you say hello. And Julie's actually my retoucher. She's not just one of my viewers. Julie has helped me grow this channel. Julie's been a mod for me like for 2.5 years. She mods the Discord. She manages the behind the picture Instagram account. She manages so much stuff. So in case you're wondering if there hasn't been any posts on that behind the picture Instagram account, it's because Julie manages that account and she's in war. So please be gentle. Please be gentle. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's content. If you do, I'm going to let you quickly time warp my face. You can do all your little glitches to me that you like, if you feel like it, because I am going to do a quick little reset. Let's go, Ludwig. I'm going to do a quick little reset, and I'm going to come back for a very casual, real photo reviews, because I think that you guys would appreciate that, yeah? You guys would appreciate some real photo reviews, just like a little hangout. Also, special bonus marks for those that noticed the new thing. What is the new thing in this shot? What is the new thing in this scene? Anybody? What is the new thing? What did I buy new for my setup? Let me know in comments if you're watching after the fact. Let me know right now in the live chat if you're watching this live. Very interested in what's my new item. I got 2 new things. The one thing you won't notice. The second thing you absolutely should notice. So let's hear. Hey-o! Richard quickly with the like mic stand. And also Ludwig with the special. Like, first of all, Ludwig, there's no way that you should have known the headphones. There's no way that you should have known the headphones. The only way that you would know is because my wire is so clean. My wire is so clean. So yes, I upgraded my headphones. Well, they're the same ones actually. I buy new ones of these like every year. This is my 3rd set. These are IEM in-ear headphones. It's the kind of headphones that musicians use when they're singing in the studio. I can't tell you, in the beginning, my first year, I went through a bunch of different headphones. These are so unbelievable. They're so good. They're so good. And I also use them when I'm editing and I really have to have perfect sound. Like I need to really hear. I use them for editing. And when I'm live streaming, I just love being able to wear a hat and not have to stress about anything that's, you know, I can wear a hat, I can do anything, and these are just super passive. So anyways, these are IEM headphones. They're on my pro photographers list if you're interested in them. And yes, the second thing that I got was this mic arm. I wanted to have a mic arm that dropped in from the top. You can see, you don't see it quite as much in this shot. Yeah. And the last thing that I did is I put the Shure cap over top of here. There are some settings here when you're tuning your microphone. There are some like settings here, but once you get it right, you actually put this plate over top of it. So I added that plate to the back of the microphone. Guys, I hope you appreciate this content. I will be back in, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, doing an episode of Ask a Photo Pro. We're going to do photo reviews. I appreciate everybody that took the time to watch this episode today. I have, oh, by the way, I forgot to say it. special bonus for those guys who are in Toronto and for you who made it to the end of this episode. Next week, Sunday, is my second photo walk of the year. It is the last photo walk of the summer. Next Sunday, September the 17th at 2 p.m. If you need to know where we're meeting, you have to join my mailing list. For you guys who are not in Toronto and you would love to experience this photo walk, next Sunday's live stream, next Sunday's Behind the Picture is going to be a live stream of this photo walk. So if you're in Toronto and you come to this photo walk, you're going to be on the live stream. You're going to be able to talk to my viewers. It's going to be a party. It's going to be so great. But no, you have to be on my mailing list to find out where the location is. I posted the location on my mailing list yesterday. I will post it again this coming Saturday. That is the only way that you'll be able to find out where this secret location is. Make sure you're on my mailing list. Guys, if you have enjoyed this content and you've watched it to the end, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching me. If you've subscribed recently, if you're new, I appreciate you. All my dancers appreciate you. I got a fleet of dancers. We're trying to do nothing but good vibes here.
High quality content.
I'm trying to bring you the best high quality content.
If you are truly hardcore and you want more of my smiling face, please look out for the live alerts. I will be back in like 15 minutes. I sound fine, okay? I sound okay, don't I? My voice?
I'm just kidding, guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Cardi. This has been another episode of Behind the Picture. Watch my fancy outro. I'll see you in a bit. You're very welcome, James. I appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for watching. Everybody who watched live today, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all. We're always trying to bring some good energy, always trying to give you pros and cons, always trying to inspire, always trying to motivate. Hope you enjoyed today. Leave a comment if you like it. Make sure you join my Discord. And over half of you that watch my content are not subscribed. So if you're one of those that's watching me and you're not subscribed, subscribing is free. Please consider subscribing. I love you guys. Thanks so very, very much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next time. Julie's selling location details for anybody who's not on the mailing list.